friends and colleagues, Ron and Simon, for helping in this endeavour. And I also want to thank all of you who participated in the Excellence Awards. I have to say that the amount of content that you generated and the depth to which you went, the detail that you provided was remarkable. For those of you who have not taken part in the Excellence Awards, I thought I'd remind you what the criteria are. So the criteria are collaboration, impact, innovation, the potential benefit beyond the initial idea, and how it is implemented. And in terms of collaboration, there were 8 entries, but those 8 entries collaborated with over 40 different organizations, both within MOD, within the armed forces, and with commercial organizations. So this was a very far-reaching look at how those organizations can help improve your daily lives. The impact on those ideas, if they were implemented, would affect billions of rows of data, improving the quality and currency of that data. It would save the MOD millions of pounds every year. It would affect thousands of parts in storage locations all around the globe. Would save hundreds of lives and even save tens of lawsuits, which also can save lives and money for the MOD. Oh, it's got one of those. Okay. So in terms of innovation, I looked at some of those submissions, and there were submissions I thought, oh gosh, why didn't I think of that? And there were those that were just, you can't do that. That's technologically impossible, but you did it. And then there were some that I thought, that is just plain simple genius. Okay, I got a big fat thumb. In terms of potential, one of the ideas would have eliminated 90% of the waste in the domain that was being used. One was about connecting really smart people to really hard MOD problems. One was about simplifying incredibly complex and massively tedious tasks that are done by thousands of people every day, ashore and the sea. Some of the implementations were just breathtakingly simple. All of them were elegant. Every one of them was utterly pragmatic, and there was one that was drop-dead gorgeous. One of the people I spoke to yesterday told me that the MOD is like a beloved but crusty old uncle. And all of these submissions had one thing in common. They understood that. They understood that sometimes the MOD can seem pretty cantankerous. And so they designed solutions that didn't break any rules, that didn't circumvent any controls, but took advantage of how things work and made them better. And it was just remarkable, the kind of passion and energy I heard from everybody who spoke. It was so refreshing. I was thinking about this idea of team defense, and what was clear to me was that many of the people I spoke to either had been in uniform at some point or had been inside the MOD and now were working for vendors, but they hadn't forgotten their mission. They were still executing their mission even though their paycheck came from a commercial organization. And so for me it felt more like family defense rather than team defense. So here are the nominees. There were 8 fabulous nominees, and I'd just like to tell you a little bit about each of them. KW Special Projects was that idea that I thought, oh, why didn't I think of that? KW Special Projects want to do additive manufacturing, 3D printing. My wife says that 3D printing is satanic until she melted one of the knobs on the stove, and I said, if we had a 3D printer, we could replace that. They want to put 3D printers on warships, and they want to put them in forward areas so that if a part fails or is damaged, it can be replaced in a matter of hours, not wait for some part to arrive by air, days, perhaps weeks later. The land-linked TM solution is about improving the quality of data. There's massive amounts of telemetry that can be gathered from vehicles that are out there. And instead of having young people out in the field entering data which is prone to error, why not collect that data automatically and then update the database with that? The Compass solution was the drop-dead gorgeous one. Mood have brought together all of the information, all of the processes and the documentation that supports what's the word? I can't hear. Common support model. Common support model, thank you, yes. And they brought all that into one user interface so that if you don't know what to do next when you're processing some part of the process, you can go to this system, it will tell you what to do next, it will tell you who's accountable. It is absolutely beautiful, it's so well implemented. And the solution they built has been designed in such a way that it could be used for any set of processes. It is an absolutely wonderful thing. The Forum Pass technology is an identity management solution providing secure communications so that because the MOD now is committed to Office 365, they've implemented a solution that enables secure collaboration outside your organization with suppliers, with vendors, with other parts of the organization. It's simple to implement, it follows all of the standards, and it makes use of what MOD has. GBR 14 is an organization that has built a solution that allows you to give granularity to access of data for systems that really don't enable that themselves. The name's really interesting. GBR 14, when they were looking for a company name, they happened to be registering the name, and they thought, well, what can we call ourselves? The founder was a sailor. GBR 14 is a class of sailing boat. Bar Associates are doing amazing work because they are going out and finding new organizations, new individuals who've got exceptional talents, who've got great ideas, and they're matching those skills and talents to needs that the MOD has. They're brokering that communication and nurturing those young organizations to help them be successful and work in that world of MOD. The James Connection Agent is a really cool piece of information. A very hardcore piece of software engineering to make data that has been hard to get at much easier to do so. And then the last one here is the WaterGuard export control solution that will save people from going to jail, cut out some lawsuits, and make sure that everybody knows who's responsible for things that are being exported that are under the controls of ITAR. A remarkable collection of things. And I'd like to tell you that of these 8 submissions, these 5 are commended for their excellence. Which brings us to the finalists. And these finalists all have one thing in common. They're related to my favorite subject, being on boats. And I have to tell you that the 2018 winner of the Excellence Awards is GBR 14.